The WIZ continues its march on the yellow brick road to Broadway, and five-time Emmy winner Wayne Brady just eased on into the title role. He is the WIZ. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
Mr. Brady.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you out in LA.
It's good to see you too.
In the heart of LA, like that's the 101. I see the Griffith Observatory up there. This is like the heart of LA.
This is a hub. It's Hollywood. It's where people come to make dreams happen, and then when those dreams don't happen, they move right back to Kansas.
Kansas, very intentional state you chose.
Very,
there.
very specific.
You're in Wizard of Oz land.
Come on, man.
L. Frank Baum. You're right in it.
Source material.
I mean, who would have thought that right here is where the hottest show of the spring is happening?
Who knew?
On Broadway.
Right up the street from here, the Pantages, and it feels amazing.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling because I haven't been a part of a production at the nascent stage.
Yeah.
So from going from the workshop to then jumping on a fast moving train in San Francisco, now we're in LA, next stop Broadway, it's a completely different experience.
This is a really cool role. I was actually thinking about who I've seen do this role. It's an interesting batch of people. I saw Andre DeShields, the legend.
You saw Andre DeShields?
I saw the revival in the 90s. He and Stephanie Mills both did it at the Beacon Theater.
I didn't
And my friend
know
Al
that.
said, you need to see them do it. And he said, you need to see what happens when she sings Home. And people were literally standing on their seats. And then, of course, Richard Pryor. I grew up with
right in the movie like me.
Yes,
Yeah.
the film. The film was very important to me. I saw David Allen Greer do it. Out
Right.
in California.
At La Jolla.
La Jolla, yeah. And I saw Queen Latifah do it on TV. And of course, I saw Alan Mingo Jr. do
Yes.
it on the tour before LA.
Okay, yes.
And I saw
same.
Mr. Brady Baby do it last night.
Come on.
It's a good, interesting batch of people.
And the thing I think that all those people have in common is the WIZ has to have a certain thing to them. The best way to portray a role where you're a showman is to show, man, because at a certain point, depending on the piece, like this, you have to show that darkness that they have because that's what makes it interesting. And in the production, what does the WIZ want to do really on a surface level? It's almost criminal, right? This teenager comes along with her magical teenager friends. I'm not gonna go kill that witch. You guys go kill her. If you do that, I'll give you everything you want. I just lied to her face. I just lied to this girl's face with a smile. I enlisted their aid. When it happens, I'm packing my stuff and getting ready to leave. Then I yell at them and give them the life lesson of, look, sorry, that's what it is.
Yep.
I could have never earned that at the second scene if the first scene didn't have this, hey baby, let me sing for you. Let me make you feel good.
You've done two big roles on Broadway. You were Billy Flynn 20 years ago, by the way,
Yeah.
exactly this year in Chicago. And then you were Lola, Land of Lola and Kinky Boots. I feel like the WIZ is kind of in the middle there a little bit. Little elements of showbiz and shim sham.
Showbiz and shim sham, but then you can bring a grit. But I feel that my strength as an actor, which knowing yourself is good, like playing Burr in Hamilton, my aim even in Hamilton was you were gonna love me. You were gonna love Burr because you're gonna get him. He's friendly. It's like this, hey man, look up the guy that you can have a beer with. So taking the energy that the audience feels that they like you and they gravitate towards you and you're bright and da-da-da, that makes it easy to then go, but I'm a sorry, but you still like me.
Yeah.
And maybe I've got a leg up because a lot of the audience knows me and they're expecting something, which I love that they're expecting, so you can dig a little bit. Oh yeah, this whole thing, and cut right to the chase. Kids, flim flam, flim flam, flim flam, kill her, bye, boop. Next scene, you killed her, great, da-da-da-da, packing stuff up, no you won't go, here's a song about leaving, bloop. And that is the coolest challenge in this role.
I think what's beautiful about the WIZ is that you go in knowing what it is, right? You know the template of the story. And I feel like they really took the story behind the plot and looking at Dorothy as what is Dorothy actually going through? And how is the WIZ representing, you know, what you face in the world? I mean, I felt all of those metaphors really like kind of deeply watching it.
Shelley had a very clear vision going into this.
Yeah.
And that's what, besides me wanting to be a part of a true Black history moment, like this moment when this show hits Broadway, it's a moment.
Been waiting a long time.
Been waiting, come on. So how could I not want to be a part of it?
Yeah.
So so she didn't have to pitch me hard. As soon as I heard the news about the Wiz, of course, everybody and their mama got on the phone and is calling their agents.
Yes.
Luckily, my call was one that was like, hey, I really want to do the Wiz. Oh, well, Shelly wants you to do the Wiz. Oh, well, great. Man, I guess I should start, I could get flexible again and stretch out. I can do Scarecrow, but my knees, kinky boots kind of hurt my feet, my knees. The Lion, perfect. I could do that, I don't mind, but well, no, you know what I'm really thinking of? Oh, the Tin Man. No. I'm thinking, you're the Wiz. What? Oh, the Wiz. And when you're younger, you think of the Wiz as the old man part, right?
Yeah.
Like you think of the Wiz as, that's the very esteemed older actor that has trotted out to accept that role.
Right.
And like, I don't want to be that guy. Am I that guy right now? I play video games. I'm not old. But in listening to Shelly's vision for it, I went, I get it, and thank you. I know why you want me now.
And you're talking about old men in Broadway. Did you forget about Nipsey Russell as the Tin Man?
But when you're younger, right, everybody's old. So when I saw that as a kid, I don't even know how old Nipsey was.
Right.
So to me, it's like, oh man, they're all old. Those are old folks.
So that movie was huge for you?
Paul, it's definitely in the bedrock, the foundation of I'll say Lil Wayne knowing he wants to be a musical theater performer, because I grew up on musicals, and that's part of the story of the one-man show that'll be coming to Broadway soon.
Can't wait.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad.
All right.
But having a very specific upbringing, as my folks are from the U.S. Virgin Islands, so I grew up with an island upbringing. And then my mother, meanwhile, is from Columbus, Georgia, southern. And my grandmother raising me on a diet of PBS. So I watched Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Oklahoma, Singing in the Rain, but then stuff like Black Carmen and all these amazing musicals. But still, I'd never really seen a whole cast of faces that looked like me or singing with joy. Because even in the Black Carmen, it's Carmen, it's not a feel-good show.
Yeah.
It's, look at the fashion, and they're singing, not singing, they're singing. And what is this? I'd never seen anything like that. And at that point, I was like, maybe one day, maybe I could be on TV like Sammy Davis Jr. or Sidney Poitier. I don't know how I would do that, because I don't know where New York is. I don't know how to get to New York. I don't know how somebody gets on that screen or on stage, but I'm gonna try. But now the palette had been broadened to, maybe I can be like those guys. Maybe I could do something like that, because that exists. And joyfully, that exists. It wasn't roots. It wasn't something bringing Black trauma to life, or it wasn't a drug dealer. It wasn't all these different things. It was taking a beloved story by Mr. Baum that had a universal appeal, and then going, hey, here's something for you. And that touched me like nothing else. That I really feel that that's one of the things that got me started.
And you did a bunch of theater when you were a kid. Can you tell me some of the stuff you did when you were like a teenager?
Oh yeah, my first play in high school when I got the bug was a show called Dark of the Moon. I guess it was an off-Broadway play. I was an ROTC cadet. I thought I was gonna go into the military, but I was waiting for this moment. And I got into play, and that changed my life. And my first role was Uncle Smelly Q Jed. And I don't even know what lines I said that made the audience laugh. But when you get that first laugh for just doing what you're doing, I went, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so I learned my lines. I put on this costume. People liked it. I guess I'm an actor. I'm gonna go audition for something now. And Orlando at that time was a wonderful place to audition, because there were always things going on. And I auditioned for a production of Raisin in the Sun. And I was cast as George Murchison, the college kid with the white shoes. And that was my first, and it was a community theater / they would pay the equity members, but I got in, and so that was my first paid production. And then in Orlando from there, I did Richie and Chorus Line.
Wow.
And
shit, Richie.
Come on, shit, Richie. And I challenge someone, I look into this camp, I challenge any of you Broadway fans, if you could find someone who has done Richie and been worse than me, I was a horrible Richie. Why'd
So
you
it was
cast
actually
me?
shit Richie.
Shit Richie. What are you trying to do? Shit Richie. Now, I sang the crap out of it, mind you, and I acted it. But at the Mark II Dinner Theater, now don't get me twisted, because you've seen me, I can dance, and depending on the genre, I am a dancer. I'm not trained as much, but I do my thing. But Richie is a dancer, ballet, jazz, bop, mas, kicks, turns. He should probably be the best dancer on stage, especially following in the footsteps of the great Greg Burge. If you've seen the movie, he's that guy. I mean, that is a dancer. And then me. So it was very funny watching me do that, even the intro scenes where you're supposed to go balance, jump, and you're supposed to jump into the choreographer's arms.
Yeah.
I was bigger than he was. I retained choreography wonderfully. So I got it. So it was like, shit, Richie, but I did my whole dance. I've even got a clip of I can do all the choreography.
Okay.
But there's a difference between I can do the choreography
Right.
between you do the double, the attitude. I know what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that.
The difference
on me.
between I can do that and I should be doing that.
Right. Or, are you doing that? Mama said, are you doing that? Yeah. So needless to say, I challenge you, America. Find me a Richie that sucks more. It's on you.
It's been really fun for me to realize that you're such a theater person. Not only have you done the roles on Broadway, but you did Rent out here. I saw you do Mary Louise Roll Along out here. You were
yeah.
actually a great Charlie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you were fantastic. But I just love how you just seem to just really love musical theater.
Well, because I don't just love it. See, that's the thing. And then when someone, I'll call them a civilian, watches the show, like, you should do more acting. No, baby, I don't do acting. I'm an actor. I am a theater actor who got lucky and went the other way.
Yeah.
For TV to happen. I just wanted to use TV to be able to pay my rent
Love it.
and to get on stage, because for my money, no one is more talented than the people on Broadway.
There's a really big talented group of people a couple blocks from here in the WIZ. I'm going to walk you over to the theater.
Let's go.
You got a show to do.
Come on.
I
got a show to do. Yes.
So Wayne, here we are, Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes, where dreams are made.
This is where it all happens, and there's the Pantages. Have you played the Pantages before?
I haven't played the Pantages.
It's big.
It's such an amazing house. And then look outside.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at my face. My face is on a poster,
Look
everyone.
at that headshot. I love that headshot.
Look at that.
It's good.
Look at that.
What's it been like, sort of getting in with the group, in with the thread of the company?
It's been unique because they've been on the road. I've just joined it.
Yeah.
So I think at first there was a bit of isolation just because of even the way that the role is designed. I'm in the second act and my dressing room is over here, and so there really wasn't a chance to really get to know everybody. You're just thrown on stage together and have to build an instant trust. But what I loved is they were willing to do that. They were so accepting and like, come on, let's play, which is the theater way, right?
Yeah. What does it mean for you when you get these periods in your career and your life when you get to do 8 shows a week on Broadway?
It's what I work for.
Yeah.
I work towards building these TV things and this brand with my company now and the things I can do so that I can afford myself the opportunity to truly follow my dream.
Well, it was so good to talk to you. I can't wait to see you on Broadway.
Come on.
We're waiting for you.